Don't like waking up. This is the worst time to wake up. Yeah, it's freezing. But hey, Chicago. It's gonna be. It was like 30s low, and then it's gonna be 70 on Thursday, just for one day, and then it'll retreat back into late fall weather. So I'll tell you one thing about this weather, though: the trees, the leaves changing colors, beautiful, just beautiful. All right, so we're kind of opening up here, right around our pivot. We are trading mini S&Ps. Welcome to some of the new folks that are here. Please do, if you don't mind, Serdar. I appreciate that. And if you ask me any questions, or if you have the chat window up, you will see the levels that I just gave out written verbally. If you needed me to repeat them, just tell me in the chat. They're there, so everybody should be able to see them. So we are trading mini S&Ps here. We are looking, we don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're looking for those areas of inflection where the markets will bounce off of. We're basically trying to scalp the market using the levels that we gave out, plus the price action opportunities that occur. Once the market opens up and paints some bars and gives us some bars to look at to be able to trade. You can see here overnight the very narrow range. They broke it Friday late afternoon on air, just complete air. It was a complete nobody around sell-off, and caught a lot of people the way it traded on Friday late afternoon. Hopefully nobody was around. I just was watching it, and it was just like, there's no news, nothing's happening. It was after the close, and they just shoved it down, just kept shoving it and shoving it and shoving it. All right, coming up here to, just hanging around there, 88. Kind of going nowhere fast. We have to be patient. That's the one thing we have to remember, is that we have to wait for the opportunities to present themselves. Sometimes it gets choppy, which means the market just goes up and down in a range. It doesn't give us too many opportunities to make any money when it trades like that. Consequently, we have to be a little bit patient and wait for the market to give us something to trade. Our levels obviously are support and resistance areas, so where we believe that those opportunities will be there. And so consequently, we have to wait a little bit. It's Monday. Usually Mondays are slow, so we'll see what happens. But again, if anybody has any questions, welcome to the new folks that are here. We're trading mini S&Ps here, and just kind of waiting for the market to give us an opportunity to trade. We're scalping in the market, and right now we're looking for about, I'd say 2 or 3 point stops with 2 or 3 point profit targets at this point. When volatility gets pumped into the market, all those numbers would probably be increased a little bit. Those areas would be extended. So all we can do is take what the market gives us more than anything else. And right now it's a little bit quiet. So we're just hanging around our pivot here. Let's see if we can give you some business news. China's largest payment company is gearing up for a dual listing on the Hong Kong and Shanghai, and it would become the world's biggest IPO on record. Ant Financial, ANT. has already obtained clearance for mainland portion of the deal from Shanghai Star Market pending approval from the Chinese Securities Regulatory Commission, but secured approval from them overnight for the Hong Kong leg, pending approval from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. And backed by Chinese e-commerce major Alibaba could raise $35 billion through the concurrent IPO at a valuation of at least 280, surpassing Saudi Aramco's 29.4 billion record set last December. These people are big, big, big. Nice. Nice, Maureen. Nice. Little pivot player there. Blue band player. I didn't know I had a trade, but okay. I don't know that anything was named after me, but okay. We slowly drift up here. 96 areas, first level of resistance that we have. All right. Okay. All righty. I'll take that. Company insiders reportedly want Ant Financials to complete its IPO before the U.S. presidential election on November 3rd to avoid running into ensuing choppy financial markets. Oh, they're expecting some choppy financial markets. For those of you who are wondering if we're going to be busy or not, this individual expects choppy financial markets, but usually we get chopped within a 4, 5, 6 point range. This might be bigger chop, like 40, 50 point range chop. You never know what's going to happen. Like I told you last week, somebody asked me about the how busy we're going to be or not in regards to how the election and how it turns out. And there's going to be a lot of tea leaf reading, people out there assuming that they know what's going to happen, and I guarantee you that they don't know what's going to happen. But you never know. So this guy thinks that they want to get it done before the financial markets open up after the election here in the United States. Its bankers must also grapple with potential delays stemming from debates in Washington over restrictions on the payment giants and discussion that also surround China's TikTok. The potential speed bumps aren't breaking the confidence of the Hong Kong stockbrokers, however, which see the blockbuster IPO going so smoothly that they're offering mom and pop investors to buy the stock as much as 20 times leverage. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, that's good to see there, Mark L. It's nice to see that you are celebrating your Dodgers entry into another sham championship season. But hey, you're in the finals again. Are they going to put all the baseball players in a bubble and have them make sure that they don't get sick? You never know. This LA will win 2 championships in 2 weeks, 3 weeks span, and there'll be asterisks next to both of them. 60-game basketball season and baseball season and a bubble. basketball season, which did not have all the teams involved, namely Chicago. But hey, that's okay. You guys enjoy your championships. Oh, come on, look at it. It's moving so fast I can't keep track. Come on, come on. It's Monday, man. Well, that's what you have to say. A win is a win. Is a win is a win. But hey, it's okay. No problem. Hey, look, I like the Dodgers because they're in the same colors as the Cubbies. You know, blue and white. It's fine. You know, so I'm okay with the Dodgers win. The only difference is they have a LA on their cap and we have a C, so it's okay. All right, market just trying to slowly inch its way up here a little bit. 96 area, first level of resistance that we have. Kind of a quiet overnight trade into a crazy close on Friday. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see. Look at this. This is what happened Friday afternoon. This mess is a 5-minute chart. I mean, just complete dump off, right? And then they open it up here. 25 25 points higher. Crazy. Just nuts. What did you mean an error? What do you mean? Did I say an error? Oh, they just this happened. That happened from so the market shuts off at 3:15 Chicago time, and they restart. Well, they restart for about a few minutes. Actually, this was on Friday. No, this Friday, I don't think they even restarted. They just sold it off. I mean, they just sold it off. It was they, there weren't enough traders in the pit or on the floor or trading Friday after late Friday on the close Friday, and somebody just started pushing it, and there was nobody there to say this is ridiculous, and somebody just pushed it, and I don't know, and then they got caught a lot of people short, which added to the sell off, and I mean that's because they were. I mean, there's no trade, there's no volume, so that's the problem with trading on late afternoon. A lot of people are gone, and somebody can manipulate the market, and that's exactly what happened on Friday late afternoon. The last 15 minutes, and so how they covered or what they did, I don't know, but it was one of those like fake. There's no news. There's absolutely no news. So what can I tell you? Crazy. An increasing coronavirus case count appears to come alongside increasing chances of fiscal stimulus again. It's amazing how fiscal stimulus is the impetus for movement in the market. There's always something, right? It's always something. It's always something. A U.S. index, a stock index future started the week by a little bit higher. President Trump said on Sunday he wants bigger stimulus package than House Speaker Pelosi, than even House Speaker Pelosi. Oh, yeah, okay. As the Republicans are going to vote on a $600 billion deal this week. Okay, makes sense. And the Pelosi wants 2.2 billion or trillion, and I mean, these guys are just—they're all talking. They're all just all talking. Nobody wants to do anything. And the problem with the Friday sale morning, if you did catch it, is that you probably would have to hold on to it till last night to get out, because just it didn't. You couldn't have done anything. It was just like weird. Never rotated back up to the upside. And who wants to hold on to something? I thought he would get it done too. I think Trump knows. Here's the deal. Why I think he's talking like he's talking about this bigger stimulus that's never going to happen. Is the Republicans don't want it. They probably told them, "Look, we're not gonna give it to you." I don't know why. And um, and so he can say whatever he wants. They told him pretty much, say whatever you want. You're not getting it because they're. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. So and so he's saying whatever he wants. He wants it bigger than Nancy, and the Republicans all are lambasting the Democrats for how big their their uh, their package is, and then he wants a bigger one, and it's like, get your story straight. I mean, who you kidding? At this point, who you kidding? So I think it's just all talk, just to keep the market from tanking, keep it thinking that there's going to be something. So the president said on Sunday he wants a bigger stimulus package even than House Speaker Pelosi, who gave Tuesday deadline for talks and suggested he could quickly convince Republicans to get on board. On the earnings front, Halliburton and IBM will kick off a busy week of earnings, while Fed Chair Powell is scheduled to speak at IMF annual meeting on digital currency. As we kind of floating around here, we had, still do, 96, got up to 94, came back down, kind of going nowhere fast, as they say. Again, we have to wait for opportunities. Not a good idea to go and jump in the middle of nowhere. All right, let's see what else we can talk about. It's time to prepare for a no-deal Brexit, UK Prime Minister Johnson said Friday. Though senior cabinet minister and other seniors struck a more conciliatory tone on Sunday, saying that the door is still ajar if the bloc was willing to compromise. Game of chicken, EU diplomats and officials have cast Johnson's move as little more than rhetoric, portraying it as a frantic bid to secure concessions before a last-minute deal is done. Meanwhile, British officials are reportedly preparing to water down Johnson's controversial internal market bill after the EU took legal action over the proposed legislation. So I guess they're playing. I don't know what they're doing over there. I thought they had a Brexit. They don't have Brexit. They have another deal. The market rotates back up here again. We have, what do we have? The 96 area. With COVID cases surging in much of Europe, governments continue to impose greater measures aimed at curbing the second wave. Switzerland announced mask mandates and banned large-scale public gatherings, while Belgium tightened restrictions and curfews, with its health minister warning a coronavirus tsunami. Elsewhere, Italy approves fresh anti-coronavirus controls. Ireland has set up set to approve its tightest measures since April, and tougher UK lockdowns are likely coming to Wales and Manchester. No, no, not a, no. Two lots. That's not what I'm talking. Lack of volume does not include getting out of one lot to two lots. Lack of volume means to prevent the market from going down 20 S&P points in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. I mean, you need, there are some guys, institutions, I don't know, people who, who are trading 2,000 lots, 3,000 lots, and you can manipulate a market that way by trying to, keep selling it, keep selling it, keep selling it, to the point where at some point they're going to start buying it when the rush comes, when the people are like, oh my God, this is not good. So even, we're not talking about ones and twos and fives and tens. You're able to all get out of those. We're talking about the guys and the girls who can trade 2,000-3,000 lots, who can push the market down. You get a couple of them on the same boat, they probably know each other. They probably trade with each other all the time. And you get them on the same boat, and they can really manipulate the market, especially when there's nothing going on. So it's not you and me or anybody in this room. I don't think. It's definitely not me. But yeah, I would too. There's Don. I'd like to see that too. Yeah, the shops and restaurants are closing out there. Yeah, and yeah, it is. Uh, there's like, to see how Europe deals with this, and to see how we're dealing with it here in the United States it's a joke, actually. It's actually a joke. Sure, there's an increase, the number more people are, but at least you're dealing with it there. You're shutting things down quick. Here, if God, it's going to be like this shutdown is such a bad word around here, but we're in the middle of a pandemic, 100 years situation, and nobody likes this. I mean, nobody does, but it's got to be. You can't kill people. The potential of killing people. Yeah, sure. You hear the people, oh, 1% chance of dying. Yeah, so you're okay. Most people are going to be okay. Okay, but if it gets out of control really fast, more people get sick, the number goes up faster, quickly, and until it affects you personally, you feel like it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's true. Cultural differences too, compared. Yeah, but still, everybody wants freedom. It's not the point. The point is that in the United States, it's such a taboo right now to say that you want to shut down, because the president is going around acting like he's Superman, and he got sick and he's okay, but he also got medicine that's like a $1.5 million treatment, and nobody gets it, except nobody would have gotten it. Only 10 people got it. He's one of 10 people. So I mean, okay, they found some drug, but it's not susceptible or not available to everybody. So I mean, he goes around like he's like, because he's handled this thing wrong from the beginning, and he's got to say that it's not a big deal, and it's terrible. He had his what did he have? He had a town hall. Somebody asked him about wearing masks, but no, I'm not going to tell. I don't wear masks. It's not a big deal. That's terrible. It's just awful. That's better odds than trading. Well, that's not true. That's actually not true. trading, they say that traders who have a 85% failure rate in trading, right? New traders and learning stuff. So you have much better odds in trading than you do with the virus. All right, well, we kind of tapped out there on the 94 area. Going back down here, floating down to our pivot again. Very, very quiet. Nothing going on. So yeah, it is cultural. I do agree with you to some extent, but still, the rhetoric that's coming out of Trump about this thing is ridiculous. Nobody, no, nobody wants to shut down anything. I mean, come on, it's not. But this is like a weird thing. Like I said, until it hit you personally, I mean, I've had early on, I had my friend's brother died of it, and it hurt him. It hurt my friend. And that was right. It was right at the beginning of this stuff. It's tough, and then well, we just need to get past this stuff. Like I said, it's going to take. I think. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think anything's gonna happen for at least 2 years. I think with the stimulus, whatever the stimulus is going to be around. It's going to take at least a couple years if they find the virus within the end of this year or next. What do I know? I just can tell you guys that because I can. Let's see, China's GDP misses estimates. Shanghai Composite closed down 0.7% following the third quarter GDP data that missed estimates, up 4.9 versus 5.5 for China's GDP. Despite the headline disappointment, China's data for the month of September alone came in better than expected. Unemployment fell to 5.4%. Industrial output grew 6.9% year to year, while retail sales grew at 3.3% amid a broader upturn in the consumption. Those are good numbers for China. Well, oh gosh, they shut down and opened up again. Amazing. That's amazing. Well, I mean, at some point, yeah, you can doubt that. Look, you can doubt them all you want, and maybe they did or didn't start this thing. People say they didn't start it on purpose. I just can't. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but it doesn't matter anymore. We are in the midst of it, and we have to deal with it. Yeah, they can even fake even eggs. That's funny. All right, we're just kind of floating back down to the range here. Really, just floating back, floating. You want to trade. I know you want to trade, but you got to be patient. Yeah, you got to be patient. All right, slowly dripping down here. Looking at the 82 area as a little support. Whoa, there you go. All right. All right, nice quick rotation there off of the 82 area. Again, you obviously had to have your order in there to get filled because it was there for a second and really did not, you know, you just got to have your order in there because you don't know when these breaks are going to happen or opportunities are going to present themselves. To be able, if you had to put your order in there when it got down there, I think you would have missed it. Just, I mean, you had to be really quick. I don't know if you're that quick, but if you did, good. But you did rotate back up here. Hopefully, you were able to take advantage of that little quick rotation there. Got down to 175 there, and then popped up to 84 a quarter. So hopefully, you were able to jump in and take advantage of that quick little pop. So again, patience is important. Taking advantage of the ebbs and flows that happen really fast. And the next level on the downside we have is the 75 area. I know they're down. I would have liked that also. I was all ready for that too. That didn't happen. But like I said, nice little trade down here, down to 82, and a little quick pop up to 84. We had the reason there was because the National Association of Home Builders Index came out right there at 9 o'clock. I guess I should have told you before, right? But then again, you probably wouldn't have the, yeah, you would have had the number in there because it started early. It started up at 85, 86. So maybe you would have. Should have checked that first before I told you after the fact. My bad. Sorry about that. And there's a Fed speak at 10:45, in case you are wondering. That's about all the news we can get. Let's see. So we had a nice little quick drift down there. And number came out with National Association of Home Builders. A nice quick dip down to our support level there. Come off. And now we'll see what it wants to do. You know, the price of lumber has been up for quite a while. It hasn't only been after this storm. There's a shortage of them, and I know you guys need it down there in Texas to help rebuild, but it's been a problem for a long time. There's some issues here with Oh, there's a shortage of lumber around here, so it's been a problem for a while. I mean, the price is just going up. My friend is a roof contractor, and he said it's been crazy. And this has been going on since I think the beginning of the year or something like that. So all right, so we got our 82 level worked very nicely for us. So next level on the downside we have is 75. And again, we don't know when these moves are going to happen. So sometimes we almost have to like place the order in the market, waiting for it to happen. Man, you are calling it today there, Don. Whatever you need, it's happening for you. All right, continues to downtick, 8 to 75 here now. Don't know if we got them there that time there. I don't think we were able to get lucky there. Anybody get them down there? 5.5. Still in the same bar, so we might still get it. Mm. Oh, well, you did get a nice rotation there off of the 5.5 entry point. If you didn't get them, I'd probably make it a little bit of an adjustment here, a little bit. If you didn't get them on the minis. They obviously don't like the number. Do we call? Yeah, well, yeah, no, there are sometimes that I've once the market sets up some bars, there are some price action opportunities that might be called out if that's something that you know we have to wait for the market to paint some bars for us to give us those price action opportunities. There's other little opportunities along the way that some of our traders have taken the course that are also looking for. So it's just not the support and resistance levels. There's other opportunities there, like I said, that we're looking at for us to trade as well. But again, if you kept the 5.5 here, then you're getting okay. Otherwise, if you made a little bit of an adjustment, let's wait for a little bit of an adjustment here. You're still on the same bar. And next level we have on the downside is the 70 area. If you cancel the 75, but if you made an adjustment, maybe you're in right here. If not, just keep your stop in no matter what, or just wait for the 70 area. And everybody trades differently, so I'm not gonna say that you didn't take it or you did take it. Everybody's got their own different risk tolerance, so how you get in, how you get out, definitely, part of what we try to teach. Canceling orders because we are allowed to, because you're on the screen trading. It's one of those things that you can do, and for the right reason, like I mentioned before, because if you didn't get the 5.5, when it first went down there, the level becomes a little bit tenuous, and consequently, either you make an adjustment or you cancel the order. And then we'll look for the 70 here. And no matter what, keep your stop in. That is the most important thing about what we ever try to teach here. It's getting one down to 70 here, trying to see what we can do. We can get a little bit of a push up. Again, keep your stop in. All right, nice rotation here off of the 70 area there. Nice quick little pop up there to 72.25. So hopefully, if you did get in, you got filled on all the bottom end of the range there too. So it was a nice little trade for you. If you want to try to stay long, you just have a trailing stop. If you got any extra there, since we did get filled on the bottom end. We have 62 as the next level on the downside. Below that, we have 57 and 49. So below 62, which is the next support level, we have 57 and 49. Probably going to go retest the BS move on Friday. Well, that's awesome there, Jerry. Good trade. Let's see, we've gotten short anywhere. There's one spot there, maybe below the 84, that maybe would have allowed you to kind of stay short. But we did bounce off of the 82 very nicely there. Gave you a chance even to get short there against 84 if you were looking there to get short, as we're popping here above the 70. Again, if you were trying to stay long, just have a trailing stop. All right, so patient most of the morning, and then the last 15 minutes or so, we've been getting a little bit busy, and probably writing down the 9 o'clock number, which created this little push here to the downside. The 9 o'clock number being the housing number. Again, if you're trying to stay long, All right, again, if you're trying to stay long against the um, 70 area, and getting a little bit of a nice little opportunity, a little big order here at the 75. So if you don't want to deal with that, oh, somebody took it out just like that. Boom. Said, oh, well, I want it. I want it. We were just joking. How's he doing? How's he doing right now? See, you don't get those numbers in the afternoon where somebody can take out a, not only did he take out the 1600, but he also rallied it 5, 6 more points, 3 more points. So he had a lot more than 1600 to buy. And that's what happened there. That's why it even popped. And he's making the shorts really, pay for their, if you were like trying to, trade up against that level. Because he saw the big order, so they're making you pay now. All right, but we were trying to stay long there against all that move against the 70 entry point there. Maybe you were able to stay somewhat long. If you did, then you did okay. And you're doing okay with it. All right, so nice little push down to the 70 area and nice rotation back up here. Yeah, I mean, somebody took everything above it, and then it created, then those stops that were up there pushed it up even more. So, I mean, he knew what he was doing if he's scalping it. All right, so that fake out, breakout to the downside all the way down to our 70 support. A nice little trade there if you did participate down there against our levels. So we maybe had a little bit of trouble there against the 70 area. I'm sorry, the 75 area. Depending on how you get in, I suggested that you adjust there a little bit because of the price action. Even some to say that you even were going to maybe even cancel, only because of the way it traded. All right, so I definitely take some profits there if you were able to stay long. A nice little rotation there. Yeah, that was a good target there. If they went and retested that overnight low, next retest would be down at that Friday's little debacle. Down at the 61 area, we have 62. The green band coming in there at 60 on an hourly. So we can see there's a little bit of layers of support down there. I was just going to say a little resistance around that 84 area there, and anything above, well, up to 86, anything above 87, probably want to be out of any shorts. That does happen. The worst part is when it trades your entry point and you still don't get filled. That's the worst. It's happened to me a few times, many times, too many times. And then you have a complete break or rally. That's the worst. That's happened to me way too many times. You know you got to shut it down after that happens. You could jump in with a market order, but I had the market. I had the order in, and let's say I don't know. Let's just think. I had to sell. Let's say I had to buy it at 81, and I put the order in at 81. It goes down to 81, like 10 lots trade, and then rotates back up 10 points. In my order there, you look at my order. Oh, it's still there. It's still there. It's still at 81. I wish I could have said, let's jump in there. And sometimes you just put the order in thinking, okay, it's getting there. Why should I think of jumping in when it's not doing it? When it's like I have the order in there, why would I want to? Anyway, it's happened to me many a time. So. All right, so we had a little bit of action here thanks to the home builders number. Created a little push to the downside, getting us filled down there and make a nice little rotation back up here for us. All right. Again, nice little rotation there down to our 70 area. And now we're kind of floating back up here. 84 to 86 is a little bit of resistance, and anything above 87, you want to be out of any shorts. All right, things have slowed down a little bit. But a nice rotation there, and we're coming up here to this little resistance area if you are looking for a little price action opportunity. Again, obviously, if you're long or happen to stay long from the push down there to the 70, this is where you want to get out. It's at 84 to 86 area. This is where you want to maybe looking for a little bit of a short here. 84 is where all of this stuff started. We thought maybe it would be some resistance there, and they did just a quick little scalp there. If you did take it, maybe you can, I don't want to take that. Again, anything above 87, you want to be out of everything. Any shorts if you're putting on a short anywhere in this area here. It's a nice little quick scalp there if you were looking for a short. If you got out of any longs, that would be a good place. All right, again, next rotation there, we had the resistance up there against the 84 to 86 area. If you did take advantage of it and got short there, nice little rotation there off of those areas. That was a good resistance area. If you were long there, we suggested maybe take some profits there against that level. And now we're rotating back down here next to the level on the downside. We have support would be down at the 62 area. I give you some levels below the 62. We got 57.49. All right, market continues the down streak here. Support level, next level is the 62 area. All right, we're just kind of almost went down and retested that little spike there, but they kind of just stopped now. I wouldn't be looking for that anymore. Looking for the 62 area, the next support level. So we got 62, 57, 49 on the downside. A couple here, 40 and 33. In case we start selling off here. Yeah, as soon as I say that, usually means that that's it. I stop the break. I give you more levels on the downside. All right, market continues to down. Take care. Again, we had a little resistance up there against the 84 area. If you were able to get short there, and if you did, then you did all right. And maybe you're trying to stay short. If not, then you just more out of any longs, and then the market continues to jump. Take a look at the 62 as the next support level. All right, seems like we've got some volatility back in the market, so we'll be a little bit careful here trading. Definitely seems like we've something has caught the market and creating this great volatility. I don't know if it's just home builders. Maybe they're talking about the lack of movement on any kind of stimulus package as well. Pivot this morning is 34.88, 34.88. Resistance at 96, 35.07, 15, and 23. Support below at 82, 75, 70, and 62, 57, 49, 40, and 33. No, I'll repeat them again. Pivot is 88, support at 82, 75, 70, 62, 57, 49, 40, and 33. Resistance up there at 95, and let's just go with 35.07. I don't know if we're going to rotate back up there, but It's getting well. It's right. It's been raining here for a couple of days, but it's getting chilly. It's like overnight low is like 40, and only getting the high 40s for a high today. But then Thursday they're looking for 70, and then Friday they're looking for 40. Well, I don't know where the one day comes in there where it's like crazy, but so it's going to be fall, solid fall here, turning over to winter. Yeah, we're in October. That's what you expect. Well, it varies. Like last year, first snowfall usually is in November. Um, Last year, we were supposed to get our driveway done. That's the only reason I remember this. And we were supposed to get it done like the last week in October, and it snowed like right before, and so they canceled it. So we had to wait till till the spring to do it. But it snowed like last week in October, and then usually it doesn't, and then we didn't really get anything till December. Usually it doesn't get we don't get snow here till November. But last year was exceptional. Well, it was one. It wasn't even that big of a snowstorm, but it was enough to cancel our driveway being repaved. So yeah, that's the only reason I remember from last year. But usually it's into November. Well, we've gone December before our first snowfall, so it's just getting cold.